the instar grow and change its form is shedding its exoskeleton and developing in the new one with the larger one. The exoskeleton contains or include the tracheal tube that supply oxygen to the tissues of the instars. So here now we see the graph is given where there's a critical weight is taken before and after, and there's a time period given, and there are three instar were taken: third stage, fourth stage, and fifth stage, and we are looking at the respiratory rate. So this question is clearly because it's supplying of oxygen, means we are talking about aerobic respiration, which is done by the instar, and we are going to compare. We'll look at the now questions. To understand the graph, each data point shows the body mass. This one, body mass, against y-axis is your respiration rate. It's divided into three, so 3, 4, and 5, 3 stages. Now you have to predict using the data in the graph how the respiration rate will change as it grows from molting until it reaches the critical weight. Now this question is only 1 mark, while this can easily be 2-mark question. Why? Because they are asking you to use the data and predict. Now because it's just 1-mark question, you can simply predict that the respiration rate here, what you see is actually increasing. The respiration rate here, weight, this increase from here to here, and respiration rate in all three is increasing. You can just put any data point there. You can use the data point there. So as it is only 1-mark question, and as per the mark scheme, I am just writing down 1 point, which is respiration rate increases. But please remember, if the question is 2 marks and asking you to use the data, mention the data. Explain the change. Here the command term is explain. You should know the difference between describe and explain. Explain the change in respiration rate that you have described. So the first question I have described that it increases. Now part B, why it is increasing. So here comes the theory part. Because all cells in the larvae are respiring. So respiration rate increases as number of respiration rate increases as number of respiring cells increasing. You can say tissue or cells of respiring tissue increases. So the first one is actually you just describe, and the second one actually you explain why. Now you're just discussing the trend. Discuss gives you more liberty to what you see. I'm going to give you 2 points precisely. You can discuss more, which should be reliable looking at the data. So trend of respiration rate above the critical weight. So we are looking at this point. So you can have a look in the second question. So in this slight increase in third and fourth instar larvae. So you can see there are 3 given, and you have to look at the above one. So it is increasing. But if you see fifth one, not all actually are very close. So you can simply say they're statistically not very significant. or you can say slight change in the fifth one. Slight or no significant change in fifth instar larvae. Third point, because it's very slight in all three cases, you can simply say changes may not be significant, because all readings are very close. Okay, now the question suggests a reason for the difference between the periods below and above. So we are looking now at these two graphs, below and above, and you have to see any, means there's a difference, you can see increase, but this one is not increasing, this is slight, and then this is also slight comparatively. So it is 2-mark question. You can think of any reason. I'm giving you as per the mark scheme. As the oxygen consumption is proportional to the respiring tissue, you can write down along, is proportional to the respiring tissue, mainly when it is in below critical weight. You can see the increase is happening. In case of above critical weight, above critical weight, the supply might reach maximum. Reaches a maximum as the exoskeleton, the tracheal part of exoskeleton, means you can simply as the trachea reaches to its maximum size, to maximum and cannot grow further. Because as per the question, trachea is, as we discussed in the beginning, that it is supplying the oxygen. So trachea might have, after critical weight, means it has reached to the maximum, and now the supply of oxygen is already at the maximum. The researchers reared some tobacco hornworms in air with reduced oxygen content. So means they are supplying less oxygen to the, it's unethical though, but yeah, they are supplying less oxygen. And they found that in star larvae mounted at lower body mass, then, so their body mass is low when they are given less oxygen than in the normal air. Now suggest a reason for earlier molting. So they are molting earlier in reduced oxygen content, and you are supposed to suggest, so it's pretty simple and straightforward, that the lowering maximum rate lowering maximum rate of oxygen supply by the tracheal system so they reach the maximum rate of oxygen up pretty early. So less oxygen supply becomes, oxygen supply is less, oxygen insufficient, you can write down